I found one.
It is the only one we haven't done. We gotta, after this, we gotta do the bachata version.
Oh my gosh. Like after this one or like next time after this
The
one?
next weekend one.
Okay.
Alright, what do we got? I'm like tearing. You know when you just drink something and it goes in your windpipe and then it just like discombobulates you? The worst, no? It's one of the things, it's just annoying.
I can't remember.
It's like your body and your mind aren't working in conjunction. It's like your mind wants to drink water, but your body's not ready for it.
That's when your body's just not being a good team player.
Yeah.
Or team.
They don't communicate well sometimes. Alright, what do we got?
We got Kissland with The Weeknd. This is like
Your favorite song?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite song. My favorite song changes after every album.
I was gonna say, like, every Weeknd song I ever listened to was your favorite song, so.
But, this album, he was so dark in this. And this was when I first started really listening to him. So it has, like, a big place in my heart.
I see.
Hey! I love, like, the emotions that you instantly feel. Like, you can literally feel, like, the mood that he's in. He's just, like, he's just kind of heartless at this point.
And he loves having naked women in his videos.
He sure does. This is, like, the perfect song for this video.
I can't remember how it looks inside, so you can picture how my life's been. I went from staring at the same four walls for 21 years to seeing
I like that line. I've been staring at the same four walls for 21 years just to represent like how long he's been in that situation.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like another way of saying you're in solitary.
Right. Like you're just like trapped. And you're trapped in there for a very long time.
It's interesting because now when I think about his past live performances, two of them I can already think of the four walls that he's talking about.
I was just going to say that there's one where he was just in the box and he finally stepped out into the rain.
Yeah, Save Your Tears. And then there's another one. Damn, I can't remember the song.
Artists love using that representation of being trapped, right? So like you see Billie Eilish do it too in that song with Khaled.
Yeah.
What was that song called? Do you remember?
Lovely.
I think so. But anyway, that's not important. But yeah, she does that same representation. She's in a box. It's a white box. Weeknd did something similar. There's other artists that
Madonna.
I think Madonna's done it. Right. So they love using that interpretation of box being trapped because it's the easiest way to see something trapped. You right away think about cages, right? That box. And that's why everyone uses that as a symbol of being trapped. You see it with hamsters, rats, all this other shit. So yeah, it's repeated a lot.
And I love how it portrays that jail mentality too.
100%, yeah. And I think that's where they get the idea from because initially the first things we ever trapped early on were animals, right? We set these traps for like, in the wilderness areas, we set these little like rabbit traps and shit like that. Yeah. And that's where we got the idea of using these walls as like traps. So it's like all these designs are like the same. Even a cubicle is a form of like entrapment. But he loves the box.
Who doesn't?
4 walls for 21 years. To see in the whole world in just 12 months. Been gone for so long, I might have just found God. Well, probably not if I keep my habits up. Probably not if I can't keep up with loving. And I can't stand talking to brand new girls. Only bitches down to fuck when you share with them ones. And probably not if my niggas round them up. And probably not if we take them to my spot. And probably not if I tweak all day just to sleep at night. Goddamn, I'm high. My doctor told me to stop. And he gave me something to pop. Now I mix it up with some Adderalls and I'll wait to get to the top. Now I mix it up with some alcohol and I'll pour it up in a shot. I don't care about you, why you worry about me? All I want is that smoke, give me all of that smoke. Last week was my rough week, I'm still dripping down from my nose. And I don't know how to drive, I make my driver get high. If he goes under that 110, believe my driver get fired. And I don't got any
Wait, he's talking about the
If he
girl
goes
being the
under
driver.
that 110, he's gonna get fired. I think that's what he said.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about the girl being the driver, and his driver is high.
Right, which represents like the risks that he takes, right? Like because if you go under 110 miles per hour, that's very fast. And he's saying if you go under 110, you're gonna get fired. And he's also high.
Yes, yes.
So I think that's what you're trying to say is like the yeah, he loves that. I don't know if it's the adventure or the risk or just like
That adrenaline.
yeah.
I love his adventures during his early stages. Like he talks about how he's at one point hasn't seen outside of these 4 walls for 21 years, and then all of a sudden for 12 months he's seen the whole world. So he's toured everywhere. So he talks about this fast life that he's like finally involved in, and just all the shit he's seen.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense. Like if you think about someone who's been deprived for a long time, and then all of a sudden, well, not all of a sudden, right? Because it took him years to get to that level, but now he's able to explore after being deprived for so long. So of course, like it's very easy to fall into that. Oh, I want to go here, date with her. You're kind of like a kid at a candy store that hasn't had candy in so long, and you're just like chasing that pleasure, right? So, and I think he represents that in some cases where he talks about it, where he's like just chasing some type of pleasure, whether it's sex, drugs, or the adventure of life, right? Which is sometimes even risky because he's just out there.
Yeah. And not just chasing, but he's also getting chased now too. He talks about how like he's essentially being like pulled into all these different directions. And I love that one line that he talks about where he's catching up with love. And the way that he put it, it was so weird. It was as if it's like a race or like a destination.
Yeah.
So he's always, I feel like, wanted love. And you can see that carry throughout his albums. But for some reason, he just can't find it.
I think for him, love is very similar to like a drug too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which like that's always being compared. Love and drugs are like very good comparisons.
Goes under that 110, believe my driver get fired. And I don't got any friends. I got X on my blood work, and I'm posted up down in Florida, Fort Lauderdale to the MIAs. Cold drinks, a Grand Marnier to the break of dawn. Blue and milk, white Russian when the sun hits. White Russians with tongue tricks. I like the feeling your tongue rings. She liked the way my whole tongue flip. She cried hard for tuition. She cried hard to her teacher. I make her hotter with gold grills. I make her sucker with gold grills. In the back room with a VIP. She don't know.
Hey, she's giving like 2 hand jobs right there, right? Look. I know what I'm seeing. My eyes aren't deceiving me. But...
She grind hard for tuition. She grind hard to her teacher. I make her hotter with gold grills. I make her sucker with gold grills in the back room of the
Am I bugging?
Wait, but where's the other guy?
No, look. I don't know.
I think she's playing DJ.
She playing DJ? How you play DJ like this though?
Ask her.
Right.
Make her hotter with gold grills. I make her sucker with gold grills in the back room of the VIP. She don't ever see. This ain't nothing to relate to.
Maybe it's a clear case of my mind being delusional and seeing what it wants to see.
Yo, I love that line. This ain't nothing to relate to. Because, like, no one can relate to what he's going through.
Yeah, or it's not something you want to relate to.
She don't ever see. This ain't nothing to relate to. This ain't nothing to relate to. This ain't nothing to relate to.
And I like that because he's essentially not glorifying his behavior. So he's like, yo, I'm putting this music out, but like, don't try this at home. You know?
Yeah, I love that interpretation.
Yeah.
This ain't nothing to relate to. This ain't nothing to relate to. Even if you try, but you tried, but you tried, but you tried, but you tried, but you tried. This ain't nothing to relate to. 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 Even if you tried, and 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 you tried, oh.
Kissland. I love this distortion, especially toward the end, with like all the Japanese characters. You can see like the craziness of almost like his life, similar to like how crazy advertisement and pop-ups can be. I feel like it's a great comparison to like the world he's in, where like there's a lot going on. There's like distortion.
I like that. Yeah, it almost reminds me of like, similarly to what you said, almost like a collage, but not a very organized one. One that just has a bunch of like random stuff on it. Like there's no order to it. It's just chaotic, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like almost randomized based on experiences.
Yeah. And that could symbolize his mind, his world, his feelings.
Yeah.
And you'll notice like all of his Kissland songs, there's like a lot of green themes, but also like that cat, because I think it's a cat. It's the Japanese symbol.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen it in a clock. Like, you know how sometimes they use it to make all sorts of things. So like I remember seeing like a cat clock, and then the tail was like the damn, I can't think of the word. What is it called? The thing that goes
The metronome?
Yeah.
But I don't think it follows that same.
Oh,
It's
no?
like just the ticking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't, like the grandfather clock, for instance.
Yeah, but it was definitely like Asian.
How so?
more like
I'm trying to figure out what that cat's called.
I think it's like a cartoon, right? Or not? I feel like it came from. It's one of their
Like, this one?
Yeah, not that one. That one's Chinese, right? It's a Chinese cat.
It's a lucky cat.
It's funny how these cats have ethnicities.
I mean, like all animals, there's like countries that they're from.
Yeah. But like the way they're interpreted in different cultures is also a little different.
That is true. I'm trying to figure out what this cat is called. Is it even a cat? Oh, it's a fox?
All right, come on. I got no brain power left.
Oh, it's a panda.
Oh my god, we're so bad. Okay, we were close.
I love that panda. It's so cute. Jeez. It really looks like a cat.
You out?
I'm out.